Yes. Happy morning, students. Hope you all are doing good. Okay. In today's class also, we are going to see the same continuation version, that same continuation of the chapter, that is, why do we need a parliament? Okay. In last class, what are all the concepts we have understood, children? Yes, we have understood about the democracy. So India is one of the largest democratic country in the world. Okay, and our people, our freedom fighters struggled a lot to get this freedom or the independence. Okay, and then after India got independence, we started to follow democracy. Okay, we started to follow democracy. We started to give the preference for the desires of the people, demands of the people, and ideas of the people. Okay, and then we have understood there, about the parliament. Okay, the parliament is a group of representatives. Okay, and then there they will be sharing, that is the guiding the government, controls the government. Okay, and we have understood that what are the parliament consists of the president and the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, all those things. In today's class, see here, in today's class we'll be seeing about the role of the parliament. What are the role of the parliament we'll be seeing, and then we'll see about the types of bills. So here we are seeing about the types of bill, that is the next chapter, children. Here in the second unit we have two parts. One, it is why do we need a parliament, and the second part, it is understanding of the laws. Okay, how do we make the laws, making of laws, all those things. So here we are going to see some basic things about the making of laws, that is the types of bills, and we'll go for a recapitulation. Okay, see here. So in detail we are going to see about the role of the parliament. So in the last class only I have given you some hints. That is, one thing it is to select the national government, and the second thing it is to control, guide and inform the government, and the third it is lawmaking. Okay, let us see in detail about all the 3 points. See here, children, to select the national government. So here, as we know, the parliament consists of the group of representatives, and it consists of the president, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. So here we are going to see that after Lok Sabha elections, so just for every 5 years we'll be having an election. Okay, so after that what happens, they will be preparing the list. The list will be prepared, and then out of that 543 plus 2 elected members. So overall, how many people will be elected there, the MPs? That is 543 plus 2 elected members will be there. So to become a ruling party. What do you mean by ruling party, children? That means the party which will be forming the government. That means the which party we have got the majority seats. That means which party members has won the election major. So those people will be forming the government. That will be called as a ruling party. Okay, hope you guys are understanding, right? So for example, now at present BJP. So the BJP got the majority seats. That has won the majority seats out of 543 plus 2. So that's the reason that is a ruling party that has formed the government. Okay, so they are telling at least minimum half of that has to be won. So out of 543 plus 2, that is 540. Yes, 545. Out of that seats, at least minimum 272 seats has to be won by the ruling party. So that party will be forming the government. That means that will be forming the government in the central. At present, that is BJP. Okay, see. And opposition party. Opposition party in the sense next to the ruling party. For example, the which party has got the majority. At present, it is BJP. And next to that, the which party has got the next number of majority. The second, that will be considered as the opposition party. So coming to democracy, children, opposition party plays an important role. Okay, it plays an important role. Let us see in the next concept, we'll be studying about what are the roles of opposition party. So here you people understood, right? The formation of a government. See, select executive. So this you people have studied in your first chapter. The selection of the executive, they will be working for the government and for the betterment of the society. Okay, see here. The Prime Minister, the leader, ruling party select ministers given charge, education, health and finance. So these are all the key points you have to remember, children. Okay. So here what happens, that particular, the party, it may be any, as I told you people in the last class, we have n number of the political parties. So out of that, any party may win the election. Got the majority. So in that party, the prime minister, so in that party, they will be selecting the prime minister. He is the leader. Okay, the prime minister will be considered as the leader, and that particular political party is considered as the ruling party. At present, who's the prime minister? Yes, Narendra Modi. And which is the ruling party? Yes, it is BJP. Okay. And there, they will be selecting the ministers, the cabinet ministers. Okay. In that particular political party, they will be selecting the ministers. Okay. And they will be giving the charge. So they will be working for that, the government. Okay. And it may be for the betterment of the education, health, finance, all the things. Okay. So guys, what you people will be doing today, it is your homework. Go, sit, research and make all the ministers a list. Okay, the cabinet ministers. Okay, see here. So finally, the prime minister is a leader of a ruling party and they will be selecting, their ministers in that particular political party. Okay, and they will be giving the charge to do the work for the country for their betterment. Okay, it may be for the education, health, finance and all the things. Okay, see, coalition government. So as I explained you people in the last class only, what do you mean by coalition government? For example, at present, BJP got the majority. Okay, see here, with the example they have given Congress, BJP, and this is one of the local party, that is JDS. So here what happened, if the BJP got the majority, so the BJP will be considered as a ruling party that will be forming the government. Okay, and Congress will be considered as a opposition party. If, think once again, I'm telling, if the BJP has not got half of the, the number of the, the elected members which it has to get. So that time what happened, the Congress and the one more party, that is JDS, they can merge together. That means they can join together and they can form the government. See, that is what here they are telling. See children, see here. So when Congress and the other one more local political party joined together and they became the majority than compared to BJP. So that time when these two political parties are joining together and forming the government is called as coalition government. Hope you guys are understanding, right? The coalition government means two or more political parties joining together to form the government. That is called as a coalition government. Okay. Yes. And the next thing we see, Rajya Sabha. You know what happens in the Rajya Sabha? It will be passing a bill and required to pass, and it will become a law. So here what happens? See, in Rajya Sabha, whatever the bill it will be receiving, and it will be required to pass. They will be having a discussion among themselves, and they will discuss, and finally that bill will be passed. It will become, once that bill is passed, then it will become like a law. So for this, it's a long process, children. Okay, it's a long process. I'll be explaining this in the next, the slot. See, important role is reviewing, altering the law. So finally, when a bill is passed, so all the people will be discussing about that, debating about their advantages and the disadvantages of that particular bill. So when everyone, that is at least minimum half of the people of that, the Rajya Sabha is accepted for that, then it will be passed and then it will become a law. Okay. And then the one more important role is reviewing that. They will be reviewing that advantages and the disadvantages of that law, and if they want any changes in that law, they can do it. Okay, if any changes required in that particular law, they can do that. Okay, finally we understood about the formation of the government, that is the national government. And the next point we are going to see about to control, guide and inform the government. The next thing we are going to see that to control, guide and inform the government. We are going to see that is generally the first hour of a sitting of Lok Sabha is devoted to questions, and that hour is called as the question hour. So here what happens, children? For example, our ministers, that is the representatives, our representatives, the MPs. So they will be having chance to, ask the questions. Okay, chance to ask the questions in the, in that particular, the parliament. So that time, the first hour in the Lok Sabha, whatever they'll be having the question time. So that is called as a question hour. If they have any doubts how the government is working, how it is, what are the formation it's making, what are the new bills it is taking, what are the new laws, are the steps it is taking, they have rights to question them. Okay, that is considered as a question hour. See here, MPs of the parliament are free to ask questions to the ministers of the government to get information on public concern matters. So for example, the ministers already, for example, the ministers, the ruling party ministers, if they are taking any decisions, okay, are MPs, member of parliament, okay, they have rights, that is the free to ask the questions to the ministers of the government. Okay, they'll have the rights or the free to ask the questions to the ministers of the government to get the information on the public concern matters. If it is related to the public concern matters, they have, they are free to ask the questions and they can get the answers from them. Okay, they are free to ask the questions and get the answers from the ministers. There is no restrictions for that. Okay, they have rights to ask the questions. See, the opposition party, this is very much important, children. The role of opposition party, okay, this plays a major role here. If any, the major ruling party is going something wrong, or the decisions which it is taking is not good for the society, that, this opposition party have rights to question them.